The Australian Parliament is scrambling right now to try and pass 30 different pieces of legislation in this final week for 2024 before they go on break and potentially face an election next year. That's 30 bills that they're trying to pass in a single week. How do they have the time to read, to analyse, to really understand the implications of 30 different pieces of legislation? Well, they don't, for the most part. Many of them actually haven't even read these bills. They're just going to vote whichever way their party has told them to vote, and certainly very few of them actually understand the implications of the thing that they're voting on. And those 30 bills are in addition to the 40,000 existing laws, rules, and regulations that we already have in Australia. 40,000, and yet somehow we still need 30 more. And they're not going to stop anytime soon. They're just going to keep on writing new rules and new regulations. But here's the thing. If even the politicians can't read all of their own work before they pass it, how can we be expected to have any idea what these 40,000 rules, regulations, and laws actually are? How it is that we're meant to behave in this country? And given that ignorance is no excuse, and yet ignorance is inevitable, how can you not be ignorant of 40,000 rules and laws and regulations? That strikes me as a distinctly immoral situation. Lawyers have to specialise into particular areas of law because they can't possibly know it all. Legislators are passing laws without even knowing the details of what's in them and the real implications of how they're going to work, how they're going to be interpreted by courts, what sort of regulatory impositions may go in on top of those, and what court precedents may change the interpretation over time. No one can know the law anymore, and yet we are expected to obey it. This is an inherently immoral situation, and it's not about the laws being immoral themselves. It's not about what's in the laws. It's about the fact that there are so many that we have an inherently immoral situation. I would like to see Parliament sitting down to repeal as many laws as it possibly can, and not just for the last sitting week of the year, maybe for an entire year. Maybe we might need a decade. But we need to see Parliament actually get serious. If they expect us to be sitting there and obeying all of the laws, they need to reduce the number of laws down to an amount that a mortal human being could possibly actually know and understand. My name's Topher Field. I'm a libertarian political commentator. This is my book, Good People Break Bad Laws. I talk about civil disobedience in the modern age, the rule of law, and a whole bunch more. You can find this and more at goodpeoplebreakbadlaws.com.